Hey everybody, it's that time again. It's Thursday evening, 7 o'clock, and you're joining me for Healthy TV. This is episode 9. This is a show that we discuss easy, simple strategies that you can implement in your life to make your health better. And my name is Dr. John McPhee. I am so excited to be here tonight. Actually, I'm just getting home from work, and you may be able to tell I might even look a little bit tired because it's been a busy week, and the weekend's not going to slow down. So I'm really looking forward. We got a big conference of a whole bunch of Life by Design colleagues, chiropractors, and team members, and a whole bunch of people coming into Ottawa for the weekend. So I'm going to get this video done very efficiently right now so that I can get on and really hope to get some sleep tonight. Perhaps that's a topic we'll talk about at some point, is sleep, because super valuable. But what I wanted to touch on tonight, and we're going to get into in a moment, I mentioned in the headline, the topic, is how to get awesome results in 30 minutes or less when it comes to training or exercise. And that may sound like a little bit ridiculous, because we often think that you got to spend hours in the gym, and you need to commit multiple for long periods of time, and got to do all the different various types of activities in order to get results. And I'm going to dispel some of those myths, and I'm going to give you some suggestions, some simple things that you can be doing. And this all ties in with the theme for this month, which is to get outside. We're really aiming to get 30 minutes of movement outside every day. Now, I am not outside at the moment. You can tell I'm in my apartment. And that simply comes down to the fact that I've almost run out of data for this month. And so it turns out that doing Facebook Live takes up a ton of data. So I'm going to sort that out for next month so I can get out and do some on-site shows. But for tonight, I'm in my apartment, so I would love to be outside. I did, however, get some time outside earlier today. I went for a nice walk, which is a great thing to be able to do during the middle of the day. And fortunately, in Canada, there's this great trail network. It's actually part of the Trans-Canada Trail Network that runs just behind the CrossFit that I train at. And so right now, since I'm not being able to do much training as I recover, I was able to just get out for a nice walk. So, but as I mentioned, today's topic is how to maximize your workouts. And there's some really cool research that's come out actually over the last 15 years or so. And it's really kind of turned the whole training industry on its head. And the basic principle is that, historically we used to think, well, in order to improve your aerobic ability or capacity, in order to, become a better, particularly at like endurance type events, you really just needed to get out and put the miles in, right? So that's why there was this, expectation that, if you're going to be, let's say, a runner, then you just have to go out and run for miles and miles. Same thing with cycling, and even underneath all that was this. Again, I would argue, in what we describe in Move by Design, is the myth that the aerobic training is the be-all, end-all of fitness. I'll save that discussion for another topic, but what I wanted to really talk about tonight is this. I mentioned 15 years ago or so, there started to be this line of inquiry around how can we actually get better results in a short amount of time, or at least the same types of results in a shorter amount of time. And there's this excellent team of researchers at McMaster University, which is my alma mater, and they started doing this series of series of research studies on what we call the high intensity interval training, HIIT, or HIIT, as it's shortened. What they found was truly remarkable, I thought, and so did a lot of people in the industry. And that's that originally what they were looking at is really short bouts of high intensity exercise, and it accumulated to about 4 minutes. So in 4 minutes of work, you could actually get the same or better results when it came to aerobic capacity and changes to aerobic capacity as people doing 90 minutes of steady state cardio. So the kind of more conventional, like hop on a bike or a treadmill and just run at a steady state. So in 4 minutes, you could get the same benefit that you would get in doing 90 minutes. So that's a pretty crazy. It may sound a little bit, kind of out of this world. I should clarify. It's 4 minutes of work. There's some rest in there. So really, in about 20 minutes, you can get that the same benefit. Since then, they've actually tested even shorter amounts of work, and I think that the shortest one I've seen so far is just 60 seconds of all-out effort. And if you do that 3 times a week, you can actually gain similar benefits to 60 minutes 3 times a week of steady state activity. So that really opens up, blows open this potential for what you can do, and it really kind of eliminates that I would call an excuse nowadays that people have when it comes to, I don't have time. So of course, time is something that we're all struggling to manage. I think it's a major issue in our society. People are so time poor, and so we can find strategies to help maximize our time, then that benefits all of us. So in this, what I thought I'd do is give you some suggestions that actually involve getting outside, because ultimately that's the part of the challenge this month, is to get outside. The next couple of months, particularly in the Ottawa area, it's just absolutely beautiful. We start to get the leaves changing, the beautiful colors, and so if you can get outside and exercise, if you can combine those two things, the benefits are really truly incredible. So here's some ideas. I just thought I'd throw out some ideas that you can do. Really, it's up to you can really kind of create these as you go. But if we were going to aim for about a 30-minute commitment, so 30 minutes all in, what I'd recommend is you just get outside, go for a walk. So find a trail, a park, somewhere that you can get outside, some green space. Walk for about 10 minutes, and then really all you need to do is, if you've got a timer with you, or you can just use your own kind of exertion as a measure, really you just want to do about 20 seconds of high intensity, like hard as you can. So that could be, for some people that might be sprinting, so you may find a hill and you can do some hill sprints, or it could just be on a level ground sprints. Or for some of you, it might actually just be walking fast, right? You may just need to pick up your pace, and the goal is to just push yourself as hard as you can for those 20 seconds, and then you can rest. So a resting period can range from about anywhere from like 40 seconds to 2 minutes, depending on how quickly you can recover. Basically, you want to come down so that your breathing rate restores back to almost normal. Okay, so you can just use your breathing rate as a guide. And then you're going to do 20 seconds again. So let's say 20 to 30 seconds, all out effort. And if you could cycle through that for 15 minutes, you're going to get probably, 5 to 6 cycles. That's more than enough to get the benefits of the high intensity interval training. And from there, do a 5-minute cool down, just go continue your walk. You can do some stretching, some yoga. That's your 30 minutes. You can get back to the office, get changed, and you've only committed 30 minutes of your time, and you've actually benefited hugely, and not just your aerobic system, your cardiovascular system, but we know that when you do high intensity training, it's actually benefiting your the anaerobic system, which really you can think about as kind of more your strength side of your metabolism, but also it really helps to build muscle, which is a kind of a nice side benefit to this kind of training, as opposed to the steady state type training, which tends to focus on a different type of muscle fiber. So again, those are kind of more detailed topics that we can dive into, and perhaps if you're interested in that, put it in the comments below. Really, as I said, you can do things that you can make up as you go. Some simple exercises you can even implement if you don't have a lot of space to do, say, sprints. You can do burpees. You could just do push-ups, same time frame. So you can do 20 seconds on, and then just rest again until your breathing rate comes down. You could do jump rope. You could do, anything. You could rowing, Swimming, you could really, it's up to you. It's really limited only by your imagination. The absolute shortest workout cycle that I support, and it's what's called Tabata. This is actually if you only have like a very short period of time, if you had maybe like 10, 12 minutes, then what you do is actually it's just 4 minutes. You do 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. And you just do that continuously for 4 minutes, the same movement. So you could do, say, air squats, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, push-ups, pull-ups, burpees, really, again, you can just kind of make it up as you go. That is a burner of a workout. You will definitely feel that. And again, you'll gain a tremendous amount of benefit in a very short period of time. So no longer do we need to believe that we have to get, spend the hours and hours at the gym every week. If that's what you're into, no problems. But if you're really time poor, you can get away with, you can get great benefits from simply training, again, I would say within 30 minutes for sure. Aim to get outside. And if you have any questions about this, because this is a big topic, just put it in the comments below or send me a private message. I'm always happy to give advice on this. This is something I'm really passionate about, is helping people incorporate movement and exercise into their life. So always happy to address any questions, and we'll be doing some future shows diving a bit deeper into these topics. All right, time to go. Thanks for your attention, and we'll see you all next week. Have a good night.